welcome to the DJ Bled podcast show. I'm DJ Bled, and today we're going to talk about why is people so angry today. I could say, based off of my experience, I say the last 10 years or so, I was just angry at the world, angry at things that I've encountered in my life that wasn't the best. When I know that I can do my best, it's just being not alert or not assertive to society as a human being because of being angry. And so I came up with a chart of why people, and including myself, are angry all the time. I mean, I'm still working on myself because I always want to sustain that best of my ability mindset. And so the first thing I came up with is frustration. People are frustrated because of the outcome of things that may never occur or haven't occurred when they wanted it to. And so they get frustrated. And frustration just keeps you stagnant, and it keeps you in the beginning stages of your life and not giving you a path or a journey to even follow. So you're just stuck until you get out of that frustration. So frustration is like, it's not good. It's not a good thing. The next thing is we live in is fear. Fear and frustration works hand in hand. You're frustrated because things are not going, and remind you, these are all the things that even in my personal life I had to encounter to say, why am I so angry? And these are things that came about. So fear. Now we can go by this many ways. False evidence appearing real is one, and just being afraid to go to the next level. Something is stopping you from going to the next level in your life. And so the frustration of that is you're saying to yourself, you don't think that you're capable of doing things. And so you're just going to drop out because of the fear of failing. And we have to look at failing as an experience that is ours. It's not that you failed. It's just that you experienced something that didn't calculate the way it's supposed to. So the best thing to do in those situations is to continue to try and can continue to move forward. But don't try to, and at the same time, try not to make those same mistakes again. So frustration and fear are both work hand in hand. The next one is injustice. Now, frustration, you're frustrated, you fear. So now, same with me, start making excuses. So now it's like we get into this thing where we feel we are entitled despite of what's going on in our life. We feel that we are entitled to anything and everything, which is not the case. To be perfectly honest, people steer rear of people that are always angry. And so that's something that we have to fix inside. And so I'm going to get to those ways to overcome anger. But yeah, injustice, we blame things on others to why we make decisions based for ourselves, and we're doing it incorrectly. That's not the right way to do it. We have to come with a better approach. We have to look inside ourselves and say, okay, maybe that wasn't, or man, that wasn't the right move to make. So now I need to change that. What can I do to change that? Because I don't want to stay in this rut. So now you got fear, you have frustration, and now you're in injustice. So now you go into the stage, possibly powerlessness, which means that, and sometimes we use the term of money as a power. Well, it can get you places, but the power comes within you. So we feel powerlessness based off all the decisions, all of the frustration, all the fear, and then the entitlement of being and blaming things on people due to the fact of our own doing. And we think that that's injustice because no one wants to deal with us. And that's not true. We just have to fix ourselves. So I should say with this, I never feel powerlessness if you can help it. And if you feel powerlessness in any kind of way, you go talk to someone that had these type of experiences so that you can get a better clarity of what the next step to do. And then the next thing is hurts. Now, you went through the 4 different stages of anger and hurts because, again, let's go back to what I was just was about to say. People, once the 4 stages that you go through, frustration, fear, injustice, and powerlessness, then you start feeling down on yourself because now you made it to the point where people don't want to hear what you have to say. And so they look at you and ignore you and move in their direction or wherever they're going. And now you sit there stuck. You're stuck. So you start feeling down on yourself and you're feeling hurt. Now, frustration, fear, injustice, and powerlessness didn't go away. That's all combined with hurt. And so now you feel some type of way. You stand there, you just look, and there's no one there. So now you're crying, you're heartbroken because no one wants to be around that. And it brings me back to my last one, which is of why people are angry. The last and final, stress. So when you go through all of the frustration, the fear, the injustice, the powerlessness, the hurts, which is all are still there under the category of anger, then you feel stress. Now you drink heavily, you start doing drugs, you go into a deep depression. based off of some simple things that you could have done easily to help yourself, your situation. You could have helped your situation easily, but you decided to let anger take the best or get the best of you. And I have some things that I've done personally for myself before I even did anything in life. I mean, working, getting a good job, relationships, any of those things. I had to do the due diligence and do the work on myself. So before we do anything with on the outside of ourselves, I have some ways to overcome anger. Now, this helped me out. It's still helping me out. I'm still working on self because I want to be always in the better light, better stage of myself. And so the first one, I always say this, and I'm going to stick to my guns. Self-love. Without self-love, there's nothing. There's nothing. I don't care how many times you try to fix it or try to make it work. It's only a temporary fix. It's only a temporary fix. See, when I talk about self-love, I mean, you have to have some me time for self in order to get the gratification that you need from that self-love of self. Before you do anything in the world, self-love is the most important part of your everyday life. Self-love. Try to exercise. Learn the exercise you can probably use. Is just find you a quiet space, somewhere maybe in the corner of your house, a quiet space that it's just your quietness and your space for you to reflect, to think clearly, and to make wonderful decisions based off of what you have. So you need that self-love for that. It's very important. Without it, I mean, we sit here and we always want to give love to someone else and not to ourselves first. You have to deposit self-love to you first. You can't, it will never work if you try to give love to someone and not giving it to yourself. It doesn't even make sense to do that. But in this world, and even myself, I've done that. So you have to give yourself self-love. The next thing is learn who you really are. Why are you getting that self-love for self? Learn who you really are. What do I mean by that? I know who I am, but do you? Do you deep down inside, do you really know who you are? I mean, really, do you really know who you are? From being angry, well, I mentioned to you, injustice, hurt, stress, powerlessness, frustration, that will tell you that you don't know who you are because you're going through an angry stage instead of a self-love stage in life. It's just logical. Because no one wants to be with an angry person. No one wants to be with stressed out all the time. You know, some things going to be of concern, sure, but you can change all of these things. Which brings me to my next one. So learn yourself. Really, really learn who you are when you're showing yourself self-love. When you're sitting alone in that room and you just enjoying your own company. Learn yourself. Learn who you really are. And my next one is be grateful for what you have and build from there. See, that's your starting point right there. What you have now is the starting point to build what you want in your future. So you don't have to make or reinvent something that you already have. You already have the tools. Build from that, what you already have. And that's what I mean by that. Be grateful for what you have and build from there. So you build from there, not starting over, not starting in the middle, not starting in the end and coming back because you're all over the place. Start from what you already have and build from that. And build from that. And my last one is, hey, pretty much stand firm on these beliefs. Don't let nobody swindle your mind or make you change your mind based off of their looks or what they have. Stand your ground on your beliefs firmly. You're doing it to yourself. You're giving love, self-love to self. So you know what it feels like. You know what it looks like because you give it to self. So if you decide to get into a relationship with someone, you, as the individual that loves self, can make a decision based off a few minutes of conversation. In some instances, not all, but in some instances, you can base it off the conversation that you're having with a person, that if you want to decide to be with that person or not. But if you make that decision, it's your choice and your choice only. There's no one else's choice. You decide that you want to do that. You are the corporate of that. You are the corporate of that. So unfortunately, yeah, but that, and then you're the corporate of that. And so the only thing I can do is to tell you to stand on what you believe in, and don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. So this has been another segment of the DJ Bled, the Mission with DJ Bled podcast. Coming soon, also, I want to tell you that on this same podcast platform, I will be having Kids Talk. Yes, Kids Talk with DJ Bled. So look out for that. Well, I'll be talking to children, asking kid-friendly questions, and letting the kids talk. I want this to be a parent or family orientated, so the parents are obligated to come. And so I just want to throw those things out. And you can also catch me on all social medias, including TikTok. And I thank you guys. I thank you guys for listening. I'm DJ Bled. Peace.